Earth had always seemed quiet among the stars. To the people of the galaxy, it was just another small, blue planet floating alone in a vast universe. Its cities were bright, its oceans deep, and its forests full of life, but no one thought it could matter much. The alien races believed Earth was weak, slow, and unprepared. On the surface, life went on peacefully. Children ran through playgrounds, laughing under the sun. Farmers tended their fields, unaware that distant observers were watching every movement. Scientists studied the stars, sending signals into space, hoping to find new worlds and knowledge. Nobody on Earth worried about the galaxy declaring war. It seemed impossible. Earth was not ready, and the people of Earth did not know it yet. In the skies above the planet, satellites floated like silent guardians. Some were old, some were new, but all worked tirelessly to keep Earth connected. Radio signals bounced from city to city, from Earth to the moon, from Earth to the distant edges of the solar system. It was a peaceful routine, the kind humans had known for decades. Meanwhile, far away in the black emptiness of space, the Galactic Council gathered. Strange ships of every shape and size filled the great halls of the council stations. Beings of every color, every form, and every technology debated quietly. Their eyes, many sharp and glowing, turned toward the small blue planet that seemed so harmless. "The humans are weak," said one voice like wind through crystal. "They have no fleets, no weapons that can reach the stars. They are powerless." "They are slow, yes," another replied. "But they are also clever. Sometimes cleverness can be dangerous." For a moment, the council was silent. Outside their stations, the galaxy stretched for light years in every direction. Stars burned bright, but one small planet seemed unimportant. No one could imagine that this planet, small and slow, could ever change anything in the galaxy. Back on Earth, a young boy named Leo looked through his small telescope. He could see the moon, the planets, and faint stars beyond. He wondered what it would be like to travel among them. To him, space was not scary. It was full of mystery and adventure. He did not know that somewhere far away, other beings were already watching him, watching all of Earth. In a quiet city, a woman named Sarah worked in a laboratory. She studied signals from deep space, looking for patterns no one else noticed. She smiled when she found small movements in the stars, small pulses that no human had ever understood. She thought it was part of nature. She did not know it might be alien ships moving silently toward her planet. The people of Earth were busy with daily life. Some were happy, some worried about small things, but none of them thought the galaxy could notice them. Birds flew over rivers, fishermen cast nets, and cars filled the streets with noise and light. Earth was alive, full of motion and energy, but peaceful. That peace made it look weak. That peace made it easy to forget that humans could do more than anyone guessed. In the council halls far away, the debate continued. "We could take them," said one voice. "No fight, no loss, just control. They would have no choice." "But what if we are wrong?" another asked. "What if these humans are more than they seem?" No one answered at first. Outside, distant suns burned bright, and the stars were silent. Earth spun slowly on its axis, unaware of the decisions being made. Its oceans reflected sunlight, its mountains rose proudly, and its forests whispered with wind. Everything looked calm. Everything seemed safe. On the streets of Earth, people walked home from work. They shopped for groceries, laughed with friends, and dreamed about the future. The sky was full of planes and satellites, yet nothing seemed threatening. The humans were small, fragile, and ordinary, or so it seemed. As night fell, the cities lit up with millions of tiny lights. The oceans reflected the stars above, creating a mirror of the universe. The people of Earth slept under this calm sky, unaware of the silent watchers in space. They did not know the galaxy was preparing to test them, to see what they were truly made of. And so, Earth continued quietly, acting powerless. The people went about their lives, simple and strong in their own way. The children laughed, the adults worked, the animals moved freely. To any observer from afar, Earth was soft, peaceful, and easy to take. But sometimes, quiet and calm hide strength in ways no one expects. The galaxy had not yet seen what humans could do. It only saw a small, blue planet and thought it was weak. But hidden inside the hearts of every person on Earth was something powerful. Something no alien technology could measure. And soon, that hidden strength would wake in a way the universe could never forget. The calm of Earth ended suddenly. One morning, satellites detected strange signals from the edge of the solar system. They were not like anything humans had seen before. The signals moved fast, precise, and organized. Scientists watched with growing concern. Something was coming. Governments across the planet received messages at the same time. The messages came from multiple points in space. They were not threats with weapons, not demands for resources. They were official, formal, and chilling. The galaxy declares an unavoidable conflict. Earth must comply or face consequences. The word spread across Earth quickly. On every screen in every city, people stopped what they were doing. Panic began to grow. Some people laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. Others could not believe it. They had thought Earth was too small, too weak, too ordinary to matter. Now the galaxy had noticed them, and not for friendship. In government halls, leaders met in emergency sessions. Phones rang constantly, messages were sent, and maps of the solar system filled the walls. Scientists, generals, and politicians argued. Some wanted to surrender immediately. Others wanted to hide. The humans did not have the largest fleet, the strongest weapons, or centuries of war experience. Yet, in the quiet corners of the meeting rooms, there were those who stayed calm. They did not panic. They did not shout. They only listened and thought. They knew something the galaxy did not yet understand. Humans were small, yes, but they were also clever, creative, and determined. Strength was not always measured in size or numbers. Outside, people watched the skies. Bright shapes appeared near Mars and the asteroid belt. They were not normal spaceships. They moved in perfect formation, faster than any human craft and far larger than Earth's satellites. Scientists scrambled to understand them. Military officers activated early warning systems. Earth was being surrounded, and the humans had no idea how to fight something so big. In a quiet town, a boy named Leo stared at the sky through his telescope. He had seen satellites before, planets before, even meteors. But now he saw something different. He saw ships that could block out the stars. He did not know what they were, only that they were coming closer. His heart beat fast, but he did not run. He stayed and watched. In a laboratory, Sarah and her team worked tirelessly. The signals from the alien ships were complex. Every pattern seemed to hide another layer of information. Sarah leaned over the screens, trying to understand the movements. "They are organized," she said. "They are not attacking yet. They are watching us." For the first time, humans realized that the galaxy had underestimated them. It had assumed Earth was powerless, but now the challenge was real. Every move the humans made could be observed, analyzed, and countered. Yet humans did what they did best. They did not give up. They started to plan, to think, to adapt. In cities around the world, people gathered in parks and on rooftops to watch the night sky. The alien ships glimmered like giant stars, moving silently and perfectly. Some people were terrified. Others were in awe. Some whispered that this was the end of humanity. Others whispered that this was the moment they would finally show what humans could do. The Galactic Council, far away, watched as humans reacted. They expected fear, confusion, and surrender. They expected the humans to hide and beg for mercy. Instead, they saw humans working together. Scientists, engineers, leaders, and civilians all tried to understand what was happening. They were small, yes, but they were active. They were learning. The first official human response came not with weapons, but with communication. Earth sent a message back through the alien channels. It was simple, clear, and brave. "We are listening." The galaxy was surprised. It had expected silence, fear, and panic. It had expected weakness. But humans had sent a message of awareness, of courage, and of intelligence. They had shown that even without power they would not bow. Inside military centers, leaders began to realize something important. Humans had little firepower, but they had something the aliens had forgotten: creativity. Humans could adapt. Humans could think in ways that no alien strategy could predict. And humans, when united, could become stronger than any weapon. Outside, life went on as if nothing had changed. Children played under the stars, farmers tended their fields, and people walked their dogs. But now everyone knew. The galaxy had noticed them, and a challenge had begun. Earth was no longer hidden. Earth was no longer alone. And somewhere deep inside every human heart, a quiet thought formed. They may seem small, they may seem powerless, but the people of Earth had never been weak. Something inside them was waking. Something clever, strong, and unshakable. And soon the galaxy would understand that power was not always about size. It was about heart, mind, and spirit. For the first time, humans looked at the stars and did not feel afraid. They felt ready. The alien ships moved closer every day. They circled the Earth like giant shadows, silent but impossible to ignore. Humans had never seen anything like them. They were bigger than cities, faster than rockets, and filled with lights that blinked in perfect patterns. From space they looked like stars that had fallen down to watch the planet. At first, humans panicked. Cities emptied as people ran to shelters. Scientists worked day and night, trying to understand the ships. Military leaders called emergency meetings, drawing maps and calculating odds. On paper, humanity had no chance. The aliens had fleets hundreds of times larger than anything Earth could build. But humans had something no alien could measure: imagination. And that imagination began to shine. In a small laboratory in Europe, Sarah looked at the alien ships on her screens. "They are organized," she said quietly. "But they are predictable in some ways. Their movements follow patterns." Her team leaned over, studying every blink of light, every turn of a ship. They noticed small details that the aliens thought were unimportant. These small details could be the key to keeping Earth safe. On the other side of the planet, engineers in Asia worked on new ideas. They built drones that could move faster than anything in human history. They designed machines that could repair themselves and communicate instantly with one another. Even without firing a single shot, humans were preparing to surprise the galaxy. In the skies above Earth, satellites were repurposed. They became part of a network that could track alien movements in real time. Energy grids were connected to power shields that could rise above cities in minutes. People on Earth started to see strange lights in the sky, not as threats, but as signs that humans were learning to fight back without firing a weapon. Even ordinary citizens played a role. Farmers sent supplies to shelters, teachers organized information centers, and children passed messages from one place to another. Every person contributed something, even if it was small. And in this way, Earth itself became stronger, not by size but by unity. Leo, the boy who had once watched the sky in wonder, now helped his school track satellite signals. He learned to read the patterns of alien ships, predicting their movements better than anyone expected. For the first time, he felt that humans were not powerless. They could respond, they could adapt, they could survive. The alien commanders watched from their ships, growing confused. They had expected fear, surrender, or chaos. But Earth did not panic. Earth did not hide. Humans worked together, silently, without weapons and yet with growing strength. In one of the largest cities, Sarah sent a message to every major scientific center on Earth. It was simple: use your mind. Be fast. Be creative. We are stronger than they know. Within hours, thousands of people followed her instructions. Drones moved in patterns that the aliens could not predict. Satellites created illusions, making it seem as though the planet was defended by forces far larger than it really had. The aliens tried to anticipate human actions, but every move failed. Every calculation they made was countered by something unexpected. Humans were not just defending, they were teaching the galaxy a lesson. One that no fleet or weapon could prepare them for. Even the media joined in. People broadcast messages of hope and courage. Videos showed children helping engineers, teachers guiding students, and neighbors supporting each other. Humans were not fighting with weapons. They were fighting with heart, intelligence, and creativity. And the galaxy noticed. In the council halls far away, the alien leaders whispered in confusion. "How can this be?" one said. "We expected weakness, fear, surrender." "They are small," said another, "but they are unpredictable. They think differently. Every move we make, they counter without even using weapons. They are clever, too clever." Meanwhile, on Earth, life continued. Children laughed, families cooked together, and streets were filled with quiet determination. People went about their lives, but they were not ordinary anymore. They were part of something bigger. Every action, no matter how small, helped the planet's defense. And slowly, humans realized something important. They did not need to match the galaxy in size or firepower. They did not need to fight the aliens directly. They only needed to show their strength in ways the galaxy could not understand. Sarah watched the screens and smiled. "They thought we were weak," she said softly. "But our real strength has nothing to do with weapons. It is our mind, our teamwork, and our courage. They will see soon enough." From above, the alien ships shifted in formation. They had underestimated the humans. They had assumed that Earth was powerless, easy to control, and simple to manipulate. But humans had shown that even a small planet could be clever, resourceful, and united. And as the sun set over Earth, lighting oceans and mountains with gold and red, people looked up at the sky with new pride. Earth might seem small, but its spirit was enormous. Hidden strength was growing in every city, every laboratory, and every heart. The galaxy had declared a challenge, but humans had begun to answer it. Not with weapons. Not with destruction. But with intelligence, creativity, and courage. The lesson was clear. Never underestimate a planet that seems powerless. Sometimes true strength is quiet. Sometimes it waits. And sometimes, it surprises the universe in ways no one can imagine. The alien fleet had been circling Earth for weeks. Its ships glimmered in the sunlight, massive and intimidating. To any observer it seemed that Earth had no chance. The galaxy had expected fear, surrender, and chaos. But Earth had been preparing in silence. And now it was time to show its hidden strength. Sarah stood in the command center, her eyes scanning the screens. Every drone, every satellite, every energy grid was connected. The humans had created a system the galaxy could not understand. It was not about firepower. It was about control, speed, and intelligence. "Activate the network," she said calmly. Across the planet, engineers pressed buttons, adjusted satellites, and activated drones. On rooftops, people watched strange lights appear in the sky, moving in perfect patterns. To the aliens it looked like magic, or something they had never seen before. The first move came quietly. Satellites shifted to form invisible shields around major cities. Energy pulses created barriers that could stop any ship from descending. The alien fleet tried to move closer, but their sensors were confused. They could not understand the patterns, the speed, or the timing. Every attempt to approach Earth was blocked before it even began. Next, the drones began to act. They zipped through the skies, faster than the aliens expected. They coordinated with satellites, creating illusions of massive fleets where there were none. From a distance, Earth appeared far more powerful than it really was. The galaxy had assumed humans were weak, but now their perception was failing. Leo watched the skies from his telescope. He could see the alien ships reacting to the drones. They tried to move in formation, but every path they took was anticipated. "They can't predict us," he whispered to himself, amazed. "We're smarter than they think." In every city people noticed small changes. Lights flickered in strange ways. Sounds were different. The wind felt charged. Humans could not explain all of it, but they trusted the system. They had built it and they knew it would work. The planet itself had become a weapon, not of destruction but of intelligence. The aliens were growing frustrated. Their plans, tested for centuries, failed against a single small planet. They sent messages demanding compliance. But Earth responded simply, "You assumed weakness. You were wrong." The alien commanders realized something important. Humans were not using brute force. They were using strategy. They were unpredictable. And they were united. No single ship, no single weapon, could outmatch the creativity of a species that worked together. Sarah smiled. The galaxy had forgotten a key lesson. Intelligence, creativity, and teamwork could be more powerful than any fleet. Humans had never fought wars like the aliens. They had never built weapons designed only to destroy. Instead, they built tools to think, tools to learn, and tools to survive. And now, the galaxy was learning the hard way. Even ordinary citizens contributed. Children helped track drones from home. Teachers sent signals to coordinate energy grids. Farmers provided supplies and fuel for the systems. Everyone, no matter how small, was part of the plan. The planet itself seemed alive with purpose. The turning point came when a group of satellites created a gravitational field over the asteroid belt. The alien fleet, moving too close, was forced to adjust. Ships spun slowly, sensors jammed, and formations collapsed. No humans fired a shot. No city was destroyed. But the aliens were stunned. They had thought Earth powerless and now they could see its strength. On the streets of Earth, people watched the lights in the sky and cheered quietly. They did not fully understand the system. They did not need to. Their belief, their unity, and their trust in each other had made the difference. For the first time, humanity was not just defending, it was teaching the galaxy a lesson. In the council halls far away, alien leaders whispered nervously. "How can this be?" one said. "We control fleets, technology, and centuries of experience. And yet they survive, and more than that, they control us." "They are small," another admitted. "But they are clever. Too clever. We cannot predict them." Sarah looked at the screens one last time as the sun rose over Earth. The shields glimmered in the light. The drones moved in precise patterns. The planet itself was quiet yet powerful. Humanity had turned the tables without violence, without destruction, without even firing a shot. From space, the alien fleet hovered, unsure and cautious. They had declared war, but they now understood the truth. Earth was not powerless. It was clever, united, and strong in ways they had never imagined. And on Earth, humans went back to their lives. Children played. Families cooked meals. Streets filled with people working, talking, and helping each other. They had proven something to the galaxy, but to them it was simple. They had survived together. They had acted wisely. They had shown what humans were truly capable of. The galaxy had declared a challenge. Humanity had answered, not with fire, not with violence, but with mind, heart, and unity. And in that quiet strength, Earth had changed the way the universe would see it forever. The alien fleet hovered above Earth, silent for the first time. They had moved with confidence, expecting fear and surrender. Instead, they found a planet alive with intelligence, creativity, and unity. The galaxy had expected weakness, but what it discovered was far more powerful than any weapon. In the council halls far away, alien leaders argued quietly. "We underestimated them," one said. "We assumed size and firepower were everything. But they are different. They are united," another admitted. "They are clever. Every move we make is anticipated. Their strength is not in weapons but in mind and spirit. We cannot control them as we thought." On Earth, people went about their lives as usual. Children played, farmers worked, teachers taught, and engineers watched satellites and drones in action. Life continued, but there was a new feeling in the air. People were proud. Humans had acted with intelligence and courage, and the galaxy had noticed. Leo watched the skies again, but this time he did not feel fear. The alien ships moved slowly, carefully. They were watching Earth, yes, but they were learning respect. Leo smiled. "We didn't need to fight them," he said. "We just needed to be ourselves." In laboratories and command centers, scientists and engineers celebrated quietly. They had not fired a weapon. They had not destroyed anything. Yet their work had changed the universe's perception of Earth. Sarah looked at the screens and whispered, "We showed them that size does not equal power. Unity, courage, and intelligence do." The galaxy sent a message to Earth. It was formal, clear, and unlike any threat humans had received before. "We acknowledge our error. We assumed weakness where there was none. Earth has shown us a strength we cannot measure in numbers or fleets. We offer peace and respect." The message spread across the planet. People cheered, hugged, and cried quietly. They had not fought a war, but they had won respect. They had survived a challenge that the entire galaxy had expected them to fail. And they had done it together. Governments on Earth responded carefully. "We accept your acknowledgement," they said. "But let it be clear, Earth will defend itself if necessary. We are peaceful but not powerless." The alien fleet moved slowly away from Earth. They no longer circled aggressively. They maintained distance, but their sensors remained active, observing. They understood now that Earth was not to be underestimated. They had seen what humans could do when united, clever, and brave. Across the planet, people continued their daily lives, but something had changed. Schools taught children about cooperation, courage, and problem-solving. Cities reinforced technology for safety and communication. Scientists continued to explore the stars, but now with a new confidence. Humanity had learned that its greatest strength was not its weapons or ships, but its mind and heart. In small towns, families gathered to watch the sky. They saw the alien ships moving slowly toward the edge of the solar system. They had seen the galaxy respect Earth, and they knew that this respect had been earned, not given. Children looked up with wonder, imagining a future where humans could meet the stars with courage and intelligence. Even the alien commanders had changed. In the council halls, they debated quietly. "We have learned something important," one said. "We assumed power was measured by fleets and weapons. But Earth showed us that strength can be quiet, patient, and united. We must remember this lesson." On Earth, people did not celebrate with weapons or battles. They celebrated with life, community, and knowledge. Humans had acted peacefully, intelligently, and bravely. And the galaxy had learned a truth that no alien race could forget. A planet that seems powerless may hide the greatest strength of all. Sarah walked outside as the sun rose. The sky glowed with gold and pink, reflecting on the oceans and mountains. She watched the horizon, feeling a quiet pride. "We didn't need to fight to show strength," she thought. "We just needed to be who we are." Leo joined her, pointing to the fading alien ships. "They will remember this," he said. "And so will we." The wind blew gently through the trees, and people across the planet felt a connection stronger than any fear. Humanity had faced the galaxy and not bowed. They had shown what humans could do when united, clever, and courageous. And in the silence after the challenge, one truth became clear. The galaxy would never underestimate Earth again. Not because humans had weapons or ships or technology, but because they had something far greater: mind, heart, and spirit. From that day forward, Earth was no longer just a small, blue planet. It was a planet of respect, a planet of courage, and a planet that had quietly, without violence, taught the galaxy a lesson it would never forget. Humans went on living, working, and dreaming, but the universe looked at them differently. They had acted without fear, without destruction, and without anger. And the galaxy had learned that power could be quiet, strength could be clever and respect must be earned. Earth had acted powerless, yes, but in the end, it had been the most powerful planet the galaxy had ever met.